Welcome to Trading Lounge and the Gold Silver Report for Friday, July the 9th, and starting with the daily chart for gold here. We're looking at this as wave 1 to the upside here, with an A and a B and a C here for wave 2 here, and then we're looking for it to build up here. Now, it has moved down rather sharply, and wave 2 can do that, but it hasn't really presented a really nice sort of, normally a nice sort of ABC pattern like this. It's kind of small and a little bit tricky, so it kind of haunts me a little bit if this count is actually correct, but we've been staying with it while we've been working this trend to the upside here. There's a couple of steps that were important. One of them was that because we use Elliott wave, we wanted to see, well, an impulse wave up here, and I think we've got one. It's not the best looking thing I've seen, but the second step was really to find support on top of the 18,000, and it's doing that at the moment. And normally we look for the market to, well, vibrate at this number for a while. Within at 18 here, we look for group 1 above, which will be 1830. So within the 1830 range, and the group 2 in here as well. So the 1765 and upwards. We'll take a closer look at that. So we're still within those bounds. So let's go in and try and understand where we're at with this, and we'll just drill into the 4-hour intraday. So as I mentioned, we're looking for wave 1 up the top here, with an A and a B and a C wave here. I'm a bit reluctant with this C wave, to be honest. I mean, it's just so large compared to wave A here, and there should be some sort of symmetry between those two. So it's a little bit sort of haunting. This, as I mentioned before, can also be a wave 4 as well. So if we took it from the top here, bringing it down here, this would be the 38.2% retracement level. I'm just looking at the negative side at the moment with this, so through here. And if we expanded it up 1 degree, then that wave 4 would sit here. So that sort of haunts me a little bit. But it does look kind of, I mean, it looks a bit shaky in its move up here, but it would be more on the impulse side than the corrective side for that. So we're just trying to understand wave 1 and 2 within this space. So if we took this current, well, that not anymore, it's not current, we've got this other move in here, but we've taken this high here and this low, and we've come up with our 61.8% retracement level, which is here. So the wave 2 can move back into this space here. This is what we need to be looking at. So let's sort of continue to move into this. And as I mentioned, we're really looking for support on this level here. So it's getting there. It just takes a little bit of time, and once you understand that, then you know, we can have a little bit of patience with that move. So one of the tricky little things that have occurred here, we were looking at this wave 1 here and looking back for wave 2. We understood that it could pull back to this point, and this is our swing range for the top of group 1 here, 10, 20 and 30, and then group 2 here for that. That's our basic swing range for this number at 1800 here. So it's well within the bounds of what it should be doing at this moment. This move from this low to this high here is in 3 waves, so it's corrective. Now that it's come down and taken out this low here, that confirms that being corrective. Right, so we could look at this in a couple of different ways. I've just got it as an A and a B and a C wave, and we could put this C wave under this low here, or just one more little low in here, somewhere in there if we wanted to, or we'll need to look at a bigger picture for wave 2 to pull back, and that's what we'll also look at today with as well. This particular pattern here, because it's in 3 waves and it's taken out the top of wave 1 here, that really makes it either a running flat, which is pretty rare, or an expanded flat. And an expanded flat would take the top out here, take this top out here, and then it would also take the low of wave A out as well. So we could look at something wave 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 here for this type of thing before moving up here. That would be an expanded flat having 5 waves down here. So that's on the cards as well. So we need to work through that. So if we take a closer look at that on the 100 tick chart, I'll just bring in a little bit more data. So we've been counting up there, and yeah, so it looks like it's pretty obvious that this is in 3 waves here. So that means that we need to look at this as wave A and wave B here. So in this case, we need to look at wave C down here as a possibility. It does appear that this looks a bit sort of impulsive here with 5, so it could be finished at that particular point in time here for this. We just need to see if this has got 5 waves in it. The retracement level would be back in this box here. So let's just say for a moment that the 1810 here got a classic trading levels pattern on it. That would be look like this for and new folks here. So if this is the 1810 across here, and which we also know that this is the 61.8% retracement level at this point, so getting support on top of 1810 would put it on the long side, but we can expect a pattern like this: the arrival, the reaction, first high above the level, some sort of correction, then sitting back over here, utilizing this high and this high and this high to go long on over this side of the fence. Okay, so just essentially migrating from resistance to support over here. So look for something like that over here. That's if the market just continues to move up at this point, you know, moves up to this point here, the 61.8%. Arrival, reaction, first high above the level, little correction and move up. So you can go long on that 1810 at that point. But I do wonder if how this move here is actually going. Let's just see if we can pull this apart a little bit. So we've got wave 1 in here, wave 2 here, and all of that's 1 and 2 and 1 and 2, so it's 3rd, 4th. So I think that is 5 waves. I think it's I might have to expand it out actually. Let's just do it a different way. Just want to check on this. So 1, actually we should just, that at this stage here, all of this here could be an A and a B and a C to this point. That looks like 5 waves down. So even though it hasn't reached that, that may be it. Let's just take a closer look. Let's just get in here a bit closer for this. So definitely 1 and 2 here, and I'm just assuming that's 3 and 4 here, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Just assuming that, but I just want to just check inside this little structure here bit more. So that's definitely 1 and 2, 1 and 2, 3, 4. Oh, that looks okay. So that could certainly be wave 1 here and wave 1 there and wave 2 at this point. Looks like it wants to go up higher. So we'll just see, how does that count? That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's 1 and 2 and 3 here, probably somewhere in there, but it'd have to be an A, B, and C to that point. How that plays out. Or it can also be wave 1 here and 2 here and 1 and 2 here. So that's what I don't know, right? So I don't know if we're going to get wave 2 back here and then down for 3 here and 4 and 5 down here, or we're actually done and dusted here with wave C of 2 sitting here. If that's the case just here, then we want to get support on 1810. So if you see support on 1810, then you can obviously go long from that point. So just to recap this mess, first of all, it does appear that we've got I mean, that's not even in 5 waves here, right? So it's hard to call this an A wave, a B wave, and a C wave here for this. I suppose we could go an A and a B and a C up to that point, and C and then 5. Yeah, but the fact that it comes down past this low here, it's probably better off presented like this. I just don't know if wave 2 is sitting here or down here for this. We'll only know if we get support on the 1810. Okay, so that's about it for that. Let's just check on the hourly and just bring that in a little bit. Yeah, so it's the same story. So wave 1 here with an A and a B and a C for wave 2 here, and we've got that under there and it's done, and we move up and you can go long again on 1810. If it fails at 1810, then we have to look at a 5 wave move down to this point here. I kind of like it sticking to this area here, to be honest, so I think that's more sort of in that space. But we'll see how that plays out. Like I said, it's still in this range of 1800, group 1 above and group 2 below. So as long as it stays in there, we're sort of okay on that. We will have a look at GDX, because GDX is sort of a completely different type of thing here. So this is a 1 hour chart for GDX, and we're counting this up as wave 1 and back for wave 2 here. Now we had wave 2 in here, but we're going to drop it down to here, and we're looking for one more little move here. So we're looking at, this is a bit stretched out too, but as an A wave, a B wave, and a C wave. So we're just going to go from the hourly to the 15 minutes. We're just going to count that, so you've got some idea of that. So we've got wave 1 at the top here, and we've got to look at this as an A wave and a B wave here, then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 here for wave 1 here, and 2 here, then 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 for the 3rd wave, the 4th wave, and the 5th wave. So we're just taking a bit of liberty here. But even with this 5th wave here, we're not quite finished with it yet, because this would be 1 and 2 here. This would be the 3rd wave coming down here, the 4th and 5th. So we can expect the bounce off the 3300. That's where we want to see that bounce come in from at that point. So moving in and off that. Okay, so that's GDX. So we really need to see that push up from that point. And silver. Let's have a look at silver, spot silver. Yeah, a bit of a concern, but still sort of okay. It's still, once again, just the 1 hour chart here. And yeah, let's just bring in a little bit more data here on this particular move here. So we've got wave 1 up here with an A wave and a B wave over here, and then down for the C wave here for this, calling that wave 2 low in there. We're looking at this as wave 1 to the upside. It has moved past at 61.8%, so that's a bit of a problem. If we should take that spike, but it's on the 78.6, which is the square root of 61.8%. It's okay, long as this low here stays in play at that point. So in a one way, it looks kind of a little bit better in a way. Like this move down here, we could look at that as the A wave for that, and then the B wave sitting here, and then we've got to try to get 5 waves out of this, which is a little bit tricky to do. It doesn't really present very well, and it still may come down a little bit further. But in this case, we could look at using the 26 to go long on if it's got support at that point there. But really, any move through there would do that as well, give you the same thing. So it doesn't finish off nicely as a C wave here. So there may be another retest here and down a bit further at this point, but we don't want it going anywhere below this this current low here. Otherwise, we'll have to look at this as a larger wave, as part of a larger wave 4 correction here, with some sort of A, B, and C here for this, and then come down lower in this area over here. So let's just see how that plays out there. Yeah, so it just depends. I mean, if gold finds its support on that 1810, then this will move up from this current low as well. If it needs to come down in 5 ways, gold that is, then we'll have to treat this here as a large, this wave 4 will need to go over here. We'll have to expand it up a bit further and bring this one down at that point. So let's see how we go with this. It's really just shaking everybody out, testing these old lows here. Alrighty, I'll leave that at that. Cheers.